Hey guys, Nick here, and in this lesson, I'm going to be teaching you how to create a compelling main image and how to make sure that you're optimizing that for generating the most amount of traffic. Remember, this is another sub-lever as part of how we optimize for increased traffic. So before we go through the rest of this lesson, I want to first get you into the mindset of a customer. So I want to go through and make sure you understand how main images and how main images are important in the process of search results and why that's important for driving increased traffic. Let's get started. Okay guys, here we are. So we're at Amazon.com, and what I really want you to get is I want you to understand why main images are so important. Main images are the touch point of any product beyond optimization and indexing. So we already went over indexing, we went over why it's important. It's important for making sure you're optimized for the search results. So if you fully optimize your keywords with the search results, your listing should pop up for the right keywords. So let's say you're selling a spice rack, and if you're indexing correctly, you have spice rack in your title. The reason why main image is important is because of everything that happens after the search. When your potential customers are looking at the search results, that main image is the first touch point of what a customer sees of your product before the title. Really, I would say from a customer's perspective, the image is the most important thing. Really, the title is important for being ranked, and that's important for Amazon's end. But when it comes to selling a customer, the main image is going to be what they click on you for. So if we let's look up first at the search results. Now, if we see the options here, most of these items include props, and they have colorful colors to make you envision how the image could be used in your lifestyle. These two products don't do that, and I would say that's definitely to their disadvantage. This is really important not only for the search results, but also for PPC results. You can see here there's sponsored ads and sponsored products related to this item. People window shop by looking at images, so it's so crucial and important that you have a main image that really stands out and really is compelling when compared to your peers who are also selling that product. If you're only taking a picture of the item without a use case for how it's being used, then you're already at a loss compared to your competitors who are doing just this. So I highly recommend doing props, and I highly recommend researching your competition and looking at how they're merchandising or how they're taking photography for their main image. And I also highly recommend that you take a variety of different main images so you can constantly A/B test which ones are successful and which ones are not. So having a compelling main image is really all about how you can stand out from your competition and how you can look as professional as possible. Going back to the spice rack example, make sure you use colors that pop. Here on the left, you can see is an example of a product that does not use props and does not go and push above the extra edge. On the right, you can see two other alternatives that obviously look better and stand out better compared to the first image. And also, you want to make sure that your offering is clear. Now, I remember going over Mr. Barbecue, or at least this girl set before, and just comparing these two main images, I know that the one on the right probably converts better. And the reason for that is because it's not clear with this image when it's cropped to become smaller what they're selling. It's really important. Customers shop with their eyes. They don't shop by reading, they shop by looking at images. Use colors to make your listing pop. I touched on this a little bit with the spice rack, but in my experience, using colors is such an easy way to stand out from the pack. I think it's underutilized and it's highly important and highly effective. So if you are able to use colors, use it. And if you forgot to add colors to your image, it's something that you can easily design into your image. And I'm pretty sure this image on the left that they did exactly that. Here's another tip for your main image. Add a shadow and a reflective effect. This is something that conveys a very premium feel, and in my experience, this has really made a big difference in terms of how the customer perceives the product and the click-throughs that I get. Main images are all about maximizing the click-through rate from the search results page. So having a really professional, well-retouched, well-designed image is going to make that big impact. And having that reflection or that shadow effect really makes it look super professional. All right, so let's dive into best practices. You want to make sure you always research your competition. And again, this is with regards to the main image. Whenever you're looking up your primary keywords and researching those keywords, you should also be looking at what your primary competition is doing for their main image and find ways that you can differentiate from them. Always make sure that you're using colorful props when applicable. I think that's very important. Make your offering clear. Make sure they can see from the image, especially when it's cropped down at those tiny search results, that it's clear what you're selling and they know what they're getting. And also try to use a shadow effect when possible. When you're working with a retoucher, it's really easy to just tell them, hey, I'm looking for a natural shadow effect, and they can easily implement that. And also make sure you're constantly split testing images. We'll go ahead and dive into how you can do that with various tools. But again, I want you to make sure that you're constantly thinking about how you can take different images, you can get a variety of different images and test them on a regular basis to find the one that works best. You do not want to use graphics in your main image. You'll find that a lot of people do this and they'll get taken down. It's something that is not sustainable, and you just don't want your listing to be taken down because it screws up your sales history. I would not recommend doing that, but it's really up to you. You do not want to just include your packaging. Remember that Mr. Barbecue grill set? Don't do that. And do not use photos taken from your camera. I don't think that's good enough. So make sure you work with professional photographers that are using very, very high quality photos. Photos are the first touch point from when your customer sees the product, and you want to make sure that they look as juicy as possible. That's it for how images impact traffic. If you guys have any questions about this lesson, go ahead and leave them in the comments below, or go ahead and post in the Facebook group. I'll be sure to answer. Otherwise, keep making moves, and I will see you in the next lesson.